What's up, everybody? It's the RCLman here. Welcome to the RCL Podcast, a weekly podcast where I sit down and talk with you guys, the viewers. We go through your comments. We do the other thing that I can't remember right now, progress report on the channel. And then today we're going to go through the PSVR games, and we're going to rank them from S to D, S to F. You know, we're going to give them rankings. We're going to see which one is the best, which one is the worst PSVR game that I have personally played, or in my experience. You get what I'm saying. We're going to rank them. Okay. But first of all, if you would like to join us on this YouTube adventure, go to youtube.com/theRCLman and obliterate the subscribe button. And then just ever so lightly tap the like button or the bell button or both. You can do both. And if you would like to leave a comment here in this video or in any of my other videos, you could get featured on the next podcast. This wire is in my beard. Or if you go on the Discord, you can also leave a comment in podcast submissions, and we'll talk about that. Speaking about the podcast submissions, let's go to the first one here. The first one is from Void on Rec Room, on RR is his name on the Discord. Unless he's changed it by now. Who knows? But the comment said, Comment said, talk about why Rec Room Lavar won't have streaming camera. I guess never will have streaming camera is what he was trying to say. So this is actually, it's weird timing with this, because Rec Room on Instagram has been teasing a new update, which I guess we'll have to find out what that is whenever that comes out. But in that, somebody commented, ooh, you know, is it possible to get the streaming camera on PlayStation now? Which I don't know if that's exactly what he's talking about, but that's the specific problem that I've talked about and that I have, is that I can't use a stream camera on PlayStation. And in that, one of the devs commented back and said that PlayStation Share, or like the PlayStation Screen Share or something like that, something to do with with Sony specifically and PlayStation's hardware specifically, will not allow them to have a second viewer or like to use the stream cam, which sucks, because that would, I feel like, enhance my streams a little bit more. And I mean, like you said, he just wanted me to talk about it. That's about all the insight that we have, or that I have at least, as to why stream camera won't work on PlayStation VR. And I mean, like I said, from the way it sounds, or at least the way that comment read, it's really, they can do it, but there's nothing that they can do about it, because Sony themselves has this restriction on, I guess, one screen or something like that. So that's why we will never get stream camera on PlayStation VR. Maybe Oculus. I don't know if that's powerful enough. I can't say anything. Obviously, I'm not a dev, but that's the only suggestion we have from podcast submissions in the I wanted to say subreddit. There is a RCLman subreddit if you're interested, but in the Discord. So now we're gonna jump on to viewer comments. Okay. So earlier, I looked through the comments, and there was this one comment that I was just like, ugh, I really don't want to talk about this comment because it did. And then I remembered that it was filtered by ones I haven't responded to yet. And I was like, oh, cool. So let me just take that off. And yeah, and then now it's like, it's out of the way. It's way back there. So I don't have to talk about it. Anyway, well, I just did talk. Shut up, RCL. Shut up. Anyway, so the first one here is from Unidentified Garlic Bread. I love the name, by the way. It was on the Firewall 0 Hour Let's Play that I just did, which, by the way, has been doing great. But that video, I mean, it was pretty fun. I'm getting off subject. The comment it's posted 9 hours ago. How is it with the controller? Because Firewall 0 Hour is a PSVR game that had the gun. It was like a whole gun thing, and it had like the ball on the end. I always thought that what you were doing in that situation was you had like some kind of peripheral device, and then you had a move controller that you slid into it. No, it's its own separate controller. So I played Firewall 0 Hour with an actual DualShock controller. Because I didn't have that other weird controller. Anyway, he asked, how is it with the controller? And I didn't know if he was asking, how did I get it to play with a controller, or how was the experience with the controller? So I responded both ways. It feels like you're kind of limited in your movement because you don't have that gun feeling. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, aiming exactly, because you're holding it like that. And then the other one was, let's see, how did I do it like that? And I mean, it just did it like that. I had the move controllers on, and when I turned them on, when I started the game, it just said no and wouldn't let me use them. So I don't know. But anyway, that's the first comment there. Second comment is from Ty. Now, Ty, this is on the Five Nights at Freddy's VR video, which I did for Halloween. This is part 1. He says, lol, this is more fun to watch than Jacksepticeye's playthrough. I would love to play this, but my parents hate the game. That means a lot to me. You know what I mean? Because Jacksepticeye is one of those people that I kind of like, I wouldn't say that I copy him or anything, but he's in that same, I'm trying to be in that same vein that he is on YouTube. Him, and I've mentioned it before, Markiplier, PewDiePie, and I know there's more people, but those are the ones that come to mind immediately. So I want to kind of be in that same vein, and for him to say that means a lot. And then he would love to play it, but his parents hate the game. I mean, yeah, that happens when you're younger. But I mean, hey, look, I didn't even like playing the game. So I mean, you're in this, you're weird because you want to play it. I didn't want to play it. I did it for you guys. But so that was that one. The next one here is from Fog, and it was from 2 days ago. That last one was also from 2 days ago. Let's see, from Fog on the Firewall 0 Hour Let's Play, and it says, could you use the Move controllers for the game? And then I basically said the same thing I said the last guy. I tried to plug it in with the Move controllers, and it was like no, and so then I had to use the regular controller, which again at the beginning of the video I'm like, man, I'm disappointed because I thought I would use the Move controllers and blah 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 blah. Let's see, so the next comment here we have got from YT_Captain. And this is on one of the Rec Room streams that I do every Wednesday and Friday, 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Let's see. My Rec Room turns off my PS4. What can I do? Honestly, I mean, I'm not a troubleshooty type guy. But I was like, I'm not sure. I was like, you can try and boot it in safe mode. You know what I mean? And see if that does it. Or, you know, maybe it's just getting overheated when it's playing VR. Or the worst possible, or I also said you could rebuild the database. There's a way in there that's in the option somewhere you can rebuild the database. That will sometimes fix issues. I don't know if it fixed that issue. But then the only other thing I could think after all of those was that maybe that little box, there's like a secondary box that comes with or I guess it's a processor or something, I don't know, with the PlayStation VR. Maybe that's messed up. I mean, that's the only thing I could think as to why it would not be working. I don't know. Let's see. Last comment here is from Elite Gamer 876. Will. I don't know if he likes me using his real name, but anyway, I did. There it is. He says, text me on Insta when you play. And so this was on the Firewall 0 Hour video again 2 days ago. Yeah, and so next time I play, I would like to get a group of people together to do it, because when you play online with random people, you know, they're good, obviously, they've been there for a while, but not a lot of people talk, which I can understand. You do kind of want to be quiet. Like in real life, you would not talk in the middle of it, but this is a game and you kind of need it for content. The only issue that I have, and I've talked to this with a couple of the viewers actually, is that with kids, there's the whole COPA thing, which not everybody's freaking out about anymore. But in the COPA thing, it says, you know, if your videos have child actors, which again, you know, I don't know really what that means. That's I guess, unspecific term, or maybe it's super specific and I just don't know what the definition is. But because it's not like, you know, anyway, I don't know if that means that I can purposely have people in videos, younger people in videos, like. And that's what I'm kind of worried about. Not that I'm not monetized now, it doesn't matter, but in the future, I want to know these things. And like with the stream, the reason why I think it's okay, or why I've justified at least that it's okay, is because when you're streaming, you can't really help who pops in there, especially if you're in a public room. You know what I mean? Anybody can come in there. You know what I mean? Yes, I can invite people or whatever, but, you know, I can kind of control it, but they can come in of their own accord. You see what I'm saying? Like in that situation, anybody can pop in the room and can just play. Whereas if I'm in a video, if I'm there to specifically film a video, you know, on this game, I feel like it more directly like, yes, you specifically have this child actor, if that's what you want to use for the term, in there. And that's why I feel weird about it. Like, and why I kind of need older people to do the videos with. But at the same time, I do feel bad because I'm like alienating or neglecting people, because I feel like I can't do videos with them. I don't know. It's just this weird thing, and I guess I need more clarification, but at the same time, it does sometimes give me an excuse not to do a video with certain people I don't want to do videos with. So anyway, it's been some time already. Let's move on to the channel progress report, if that's what we'll call it from now on. First of all, 548 subscribers. I think it's went up, like 17 or something since the last podcast, and then the one before that was 15, and I don't even know what the one before that. It's just fucking crazy. I know I say it every time, but it's amazing that it's going up this fast. Like, I'll just sit at work, and then I'll be at work, and I'll get a little and I'm like, oh, hey, no, it's went up another number. Yeah, I'm so happy. So that's really cool. It's really cool. It's going to hit 550 before I ever get this 500 subscriber video out, which I am still working on. I know I've been talking about it for like 3 weeks. It's almost done. Okay, it's almost done. And this leads into something else. Last week I said, I only put out 2 videos this week. That's not acceptable, blah, blah, blah. I still kind of feel that way, but this week I think it's more justified because I had a plan to put out these 3 videos this week. It was video 1, video 2, and then the third one was going to be the 500 subscriber video. I sat down to work on it last night because I was going to put it out today, which is yesterday for you guys. Fuck, dude, it's like, and I know I said it last week that I underestimated. Like, it's something I've never done before, and I'll talk about it more specifically when I can, but like, oh my God, it's just taking so much time. Once I get done with this and editing this and doing that, I have to jump right on that and see if I can get all of that done tonight, and then I can put it out directly after this, because it's just taking, it takes very, like, you just have to take it frame by frame, and that sucks, because it's like, it's only like a 5-minute long video, but let's see, 5 minutes long at 30 frames a second, you know what I mean? That gets what? 30, hold on, I'm gonna try and do math real quick. 30, let's see, 30 times 60, because there's 60 in a minute, and then there's 60 seconds per, anyway, it's just a lot of fucking frames, all right? It's a lot of frames that I have to go through individually, every single one, and it's taking a long time. So I'm working on it, you know what I mean? We'll put it out when we can. It should be the next one out after this. Next thing here, I've been trying to kind of work on Instagram a little bit. I have an Instagram. It's theRCLman, just like the channel and the Twitter and everything else. I've been going on there, I've been posting pictures, trying to kind of work on that. I know that social media, other than the YouTube social media, is something that I have the hardest time with. There was a time earlier in my life, before any of this, where I feel like, how can I put this a certain way? It messed with me a little bit. Social media messed with me a little bit. And so I've kind of shunned away from it. That specific part. Like this, even though technically YouTube is social media, it feels different to me. Whereas, Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff, I feel like it's a different class, and somehow I've shied away from that part of it. So I'm trying to get into that more. Sneakers has donated a copy of Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy, so I will be doing that at some point. I don't know how the fuck that's going to go. I mean, I know there's going to be frustration. I know there's going to be, I'm dreading having to edit that thing. But honestly, after this 500 subscriber video, I'm ready to edit normal Let's Plays again, because this is taking so much time. And then last thing here is that tomorrow night, right? Tomorrow, Tuesday, right? I'm trying to figure out what day it is. Tuesday, I will be doing... Yes, so the day that this comes out, at 11 o'clock that night, I'll be doing an Apex Legends stream on YouTube. Normally, I would do a Jackbox or a Kahoot or something like that. The last one got kind of botted, so we're just going to step away from that. Season 4 of Apex Legends comes out today, so we're going to do a stream in it. That is it for the channel report card. I am fucking up so bad right now. I'm sorry, you guys. Let me just recollect myself, and I'll see you in just a second with the PSVR rankings. All right, everybody. So we are here on tiermaker.com. This is where you can make tiers of different... God, look at my hair. This is where you can make tiers of different things. Today, we're going to tier off... I don't know if that's the right word for it. Tier off the PSVR games. Now, here's a little caveat here. They have this whole list down here of PSVR games. I have played all of these all the way up to Battlezone. Everything below that I have not played, so I'm not going to rank those. I'm also going to try and do this, relatively quickly because I don't want to waste a whole bunch of time. I don't want to do it for because you could debate about these for a long, long time. You know what I mean? So first off, what I want to do is take a look at these here and pick out the worst one because I tend to be very middle of the road on a lot of things. If I can pick out a worst and a best, then I can compare it relative to those and just kind of say, all right, well, what does this fit, right? So... the worst one, honestly, out of all of these, let's see. So we have Beat Saber, Astrobot, Firewall, Moss, Rick and Morty. Let's see. I think the worst one out of all of these, all the way up to Battlezone, for me, is probably Riggs. Probably Riggs, because I tried Riggs once, and it was very, the controls were kind of hard to get down, and there wasn't really anybody playing it, and so... the experience overall wasn't really that great. So that's what I'm going to say is the worst. Now, here's the thing. What's the best? The best. Well, here's what I'll say also. This one, VR Worlds or whatever that is, that's basically just a demo thing. It's just got a whole bunch of stuff in it. I don't feel like I can rank that as particularly worse or better than everything. So I'm going to put it in the middle, directly in the middle right here. And I'm trying to figure out what's an S. What is the best? What is the best out of all of these? Some people would say Beat Saber. Honestly, I don't feel like Beat Saber is that great. I enjoy the thing, the swinging and whatever. It's exercise. Maybe that's why I dislike it. Well, I don't dislike it, but maybe that's why I don't feel so strongly about it. But it's not okay. It's not an S to me. I'll put it in the A. All right, Astrobot was pretty good. You know what I mean? It's definitely better than that. Is it better than Beat Saber? I don't think it's better than Beat Saber, but I do think it's on par with it. All right, so Firewall. Okay, so Firewall. I've only played about maybe an hour and a half in Firewall, right? Definitely better than Riggs. Definitely better than this. Is it better than Astrobot? I feel like it's not better than Astrobot or Beat Saber. So let's make some adjustments. Let's pull this down here. Let's pull Firewall there. You know what I mean? We're adjusting as we go, okay? So... Rick and Morty Virtual Reality. Good game, solid, everything. It's a little short. I wish it was longer. You want to be in that world with those characters longer. But it's a good thing. Honestly, I'll put it up here with these. I kind of feel like I want to do B with it. But I don't feel like it's worse than... Astrobot? Astrobot might be a little bit more fleshed out. It was like VR Game of the Year at one point. Let's put it down here. Right, and I don't feel like... See, it's this weird thing where Beat Saber's not my top, but I know it's the top for a lot of people. That one's bothering me. We'll leave that there. Moss was pretty good. Again, short. Better than VR Worlds? Yes. Better than Rick and Morty? It's about the same. It's about the same as Rick and Morty. Okay, so VR... Man, okay, Five Nights at Freddy's, Help Wanted, right? I disliked it. It's a horror game. That's why I disliked it. As far as gameplay goes and all of that, honestly, I feel like it's up here. I feel like it's the A's. But me personally, I dislike it because it's a horror game, and that's just me. Skyrim. Man, Skyrim is a full-blown, it's a full game in there. And yeah, it's a game that everybody's played. It's been ported to everything, but... the fact that it is a full game, probably the longest VR game that there is out there that's not perpetual, let's put it in the A's. All right, now here's the big one, right? Rec Room. What do we say about Rec Room, right? Now, Rec Room is the main thing that I play, right? So I feel like I should give it a high score, okay? But I definitely don't feel like it's S. I don't feel like it's S. It's got to be in the A's. Okay, is it better than Skyrim or is it equal to Skyrim? Yes. Is it better than Help Wanted? I feel like it is because it's the fact that you can continuously play it forever. You can meet people, you can create stuff. I think it's better than Skyrim's a big game though. We're putting it on the same level, but I do feel like it's better than this and it's better than Astrobot's pretty good too. Oh man, again, Beat Saber, I don't feel like I necessarily agree with that, but it's just, we're going to put Beat Saber down one because I'm having issues with it. All right. That's what we're going to do because it's okay. It's just the same thing over and over. It gets copyrighted all the time. I hate it. Oh man, The Invisible Hours. The Invisible Hours is a good game. It's a good game. It's not very well. No, you can replay it and you can see different things from different characters, and it's a really good thing. It is kind of short overall if you play it one time, but if you go through for multiple playthroughs, it's pretty good. God, I kind of want to put that up here just because there's moments that you can find. You just have to follow individual characters every single time. Dino Frontier was fun, but it's really short, and I would have liked to be in there longer, so I'm going to call it that. B. So you see what I'm doing here? Like, everything's a B or an A. Like, okay, all right, I can give you this. I can give the Batman VR thing, kind of not really that great. Better than Riggs? Ooh, that's a question right there. Better than Riggs? Nah, I think it's about the same as Riggs. Maybe, I mean, VR World, that at least had a lot of variety to it. This was my first instinct, so I got that. Now, the VR Drive Club. I love that. That was the first game that I ever got to, like, sit in a VR vehicle. I mean, even though you're not sitting in a vehicle, but I had a chair, and I was sitting in it, and I was able to drive. And that experience the first time is super great. And so I'm going to put that in B as well. We're going to refine this list a little bit better. Let's see. Rush of Blood. I have it. It's not a B. I'm going to go C with it. Job Simulator. Again, I mean, man. I feel like that's a B. Trover Saves the Universe. That's a good one. The character, the story, the fact that it's Justin Roiland in there just ranting off to himself, and it's really funny. Oh man, I feel like yeah, we're putting that in A just because of that. Farpoint, we're gonna go down on Farpoint. Farpoint's, I mean, it's a good thing. It's like a full game, but it's just not that interesting when I got into it. I mean, I played it, but it just didn't seem that like interesting to me. I don't know. Thumper, again, you know, Thumper is that it's like a riding along and you hit buttons to the music, and there's not much VR element to it. I'm gonna put it in C as well. Borderlands was good. Borderlands 2 VR, I've played it. It was good. It's Borderlands. When you start off, the shooting is really all over the place, but once you get a gun with better accuracy, it actually does show. But I still don't feel like it's like S or A. I'm gonna go B with that. And then Wipeout I recently played. It's kind of the same situation with the Drive Club, except you're in this really fast, like, whatever vehicles that they have. So let's go with, oh man, there's a lot of B's. We gotta spread out these A's and B's, and the C's are fine. We gotta spread out the A's and B's. Battlezone, I only got to play a little bit. I'm gonna put that in the C. Was it better than Batman? I mean, that's what I might have to start doing, is comparing. Was it better than Batman? Was it better than this? Was it better than Batman? Yes. Was it better than Thumper? Yes. Was it better than Wipeout? No, I don't think so. So we'll put it here. Okay, so that's as far as I've gotten with what I have played on PSVR. I haven't played any of these other things, so we're ignoring them at the moment. Now, I gotta suss out this B and A, you know, stuff over here. All right, so we're gonna try and do it quickly and compare it real quick. Okay. Astrobot to Help Wanted. Astrobot is better to me. Astrobot to Skyrim. I'm just trying to pick out the one that would put in S. No, Skyrim's better. Skyrim better than Rec Room? Oh man, that's a hard one. Skyrim better than Rec Room? I mean, Rec Room is, you can make Skyrim in Rec Room, even though it won't be as graphically good. But then again, Skyrim's got a lot. I got to go with Rec Room just because of the history for me personally, and the creative and everything. So, Invisible Hours, yeah, better than Invisible Hours. Yes, better than Trover Saves the Universe. Oh man, that's a good one though. I don't feel like. See, I don't. How about this? These are the two that I feel like for sure. Like, I had trouble going with these two, so I'm gonna say that I didn't have any problem putting these over any of these, but I had a problem distinguishing these two. I think that's a good tier list. There's a lot of B's, you know what I mean? We might be able to suss out the B's a little bit more, but that's my tier list at the moment. Let me know if you agree, if you disagree. You know, if you did like the podcast, go ahead and like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good day, everybody. RCLman out.